Hello, hello, hello. We're here for a vibrational check in at an unexpected time with unexpected vibrations. Isn't that fun? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Hi, Tarot Gothess. Thanks for being here. I know this is an unexpected time, but we're feeling some unexpected vibrations, and I wanted to check in with everybody or anybody that could make it. Seemed like I needed to go live, and then anybody that made it was meant to be here to check in. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Please go ahead and hit that like button as you come in. I just wanted to give everybody an update of like crazy vibes that are going on, crazy vibes that are coming up, and just check in and see how you all are doing. So, how are you all doing today? I thought it was just me that was feeling really wacky and crazy and having my electronics do crazy things, but it seems like it's a lot of us. So, I wanted to come check in. Hi, Susie. Thanks for being here. So, let me know in the chat, what are you experiencing? I'm just going to start telling you what I'm seeing. Um, so I didn't realize it until I really started looking into it that today actually is a pretty crazy historic day. Sleepy? Yeah. A lot of weird sleep habits and fatigue have been coming on for a lot of people. Um, but first, just the date. So let me. So September 15th, 2025. So when we are just looking at these vibrations in general, um, this is adding up to 33. And so it's a 33-day in general. If you want to see what your vibrational day is today, um, and let me know what it is so I can maybe help figure out what exactly is happening for you specifically. All you need to do is take this 33. So you take your birth month plus your birthday, the day you were born, and then add 33 on it. And tell me what that vibration is, and I can help figure out what's actually happening there for you specifically. But here, just with 33, very much what it is that there's lots of growing pains. Because 3 is growth. When we have two vibrations that are near each other, it's growing pains. But when I started really looking into September 15th, I was reminded of several things that happened on this date. Hi, baby love. Thanks for being here. Um, and so I thought it was important to bring that. Um, so like the day you were born. So like for me, I was born in December on the 23rd day. So mine would be so like an example for mine would be 12 plus 23 plus 33. That gives me my specific um, vibration for me today. So that's the math you want to do. Take the month you were born, take the day that you were born, and add it to 33. Okay, but what we haven't really talked about a lot, but we've seen it because this is the season for it, is when there's historical events that have happened on this same day. We are feeling the vibrations of all of those across time. And so in, and I don't know the exact years for this stuff, but on September 15th is when we had the Birmingham bombing. I cannot spell. And it's the end of the day. Oh my gosh. I can't spell anyway. And now it's the end of the day. And we're talking about like serious stuff. But the Birmingham bombing happened on this day. That was the church bombing where we lost the four little girls that they were killed in that bombing. That happened on September 15th. Heavy. We also had in another year. Hi, Tiff Tiff. Thanks for being here. I'm opening up the chat for anybody that has anything, any wacky things that you're experiencing today. Let's talk about it. Thank you for being here, Tiptoe Joe. Thank you. So, Birmingham bombing happened on September 15th, so we're feeling the vibrations of that day. So the four little girls, we're feeling that. We're seeing some of the repeat of that vibration. The one that creeped me out the most is that on September 15th, before World War II, is when Germany put laws in place so that Jews and non-Jews could not marry. They also started putting laws in place that prevented the movement of Jews through the country and limited their rights. When I saw that, I freaked out. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're feeling that, Tiff Tiff, for sure. So anything historical, whether it's in our own history or in our collective history, we feel when that anniversary comes up. And if we have experience in like a larger collective experience, then we feel that too. And we just came through some really huge ones because we had like the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina a few weeks ago. Last week we had the anniversary of 9/11. So there's a lot of these vibrations that are coming through. We also had in New Orleans, in the Ninth Ward on this day, was when the Black Panthers were attacked and dismantled. Um, and we're seeing a lot of these themes and stuff for today. So I wanted to come and check in with everybody because I know we've been feeling these things. I know I have. Judy, you said your individual day. I'm going to rewrite that. So for anybody that just came in, today's vibration for generally for everybody is 33. To get your personal vibration, you take the month that you were born and the day you were born. So the actual number of the day, and you add it to 33. And then we can talk about what you're seeing and experiencing. So Judy has 54. That's actually a very big vibration, Judy. Um, and it's because this is a 9. So you are experiencing today your own personal 999 portal. So because we have we're in September, that's the 9th month, and 2025 adds up to 9, and then you're in a 9 day, so you're experiencing a 999 portal today. So that's going to feel very big and heavy, especially in this month and at this time. And then the way to be able to relieve some of these energies is to understand what's happening, and how to be able to get into the vibrational flow. So be observant and then be able to start trying to move within it. And so for you, Judy, with this 54, you need to look at the foundation of things where stuff is ending. Um, the way that you were doing things, things that were like the foundation of what you were doing, are getting shaken up. So pay attention to this. And this is these changing of foundations is needed so you can make change. The other thing to be aware of is that because today is Monday and you're at 54, that means tomorrow you're at 55, which is very much karmic energy. So the change is going to be amplified tomorrow. You're going to feel a lot of extra change energy. And then Wednesday is going to be 56. Thursday will be 57. Friday will be 58. Saturday will be 59. So all week long, you are going to be needing to look at what is needed to create the changes. So what you're feeling today is probably in preparation for you to go through all of these changes. So that's you. You got some energy coming, Judy. Good gracious. Sorry. But this 999 portal for today is the biggest thing. That also means that you're starting a new 9 cycle tomorrow, because this 55 adds up to 10 that goes to 1. That means you can bring in new energy to make these changes. And then you can go all the way from 1 until 9 to really work through these vibrations. And speaking of these 999, we have another 999 portal coming up. I think that's also what we all are feeling. Thank you, Tiff Tiff. Yes, please hit the like button. So on September 18th is when we're going to have another 999. Now, we had the 99 portal, the first 999 portal last week. And then the day after, on the 10th, is when all hell broke loose on the 10th. And then we had the 11th. And then we had the 12th. And it like has been ramping up. And so I would not expect to see anything different. So we probably are very much seeing and feeling these vibrations that are starting to build up to get to this next 999 portal. Yeah. Susie, you were experiencing that 9. It probably is a big part of preparation for this 999 portal coming in. We have in September a lot of 9 energy. So a lot of endings, a lot of shifting of energy in September period. But on these days where everything adds up to 9 are very huge days. Very huge days. We also have some crazy stuff happening. We have some crazy stuff happening in our solar system, like in our universe, that are causing crazy energy also. Oh, I'm glad you made it, New Beginnings. I hope you had a good day at school. This is one of our random check-ins. Let me know what you're experiencing. But also on this September 18th, we have some crazy asteroid that is going to come very close to Earth. Yeah, we have an asteroid that's coming near to Earth. It'll be closest to Earth on this 18th, which in any time we have anything that's coming in to our solar system, that's large enough to interact with any of the planets, it messes up a lot of vibrations. It causes a lot of trouble. And even we've been had this, nobody knows what it is, if it's a comet. People keep saying that it's like aliens. Oh man, I keep calling them that. They don't like that. It's ETs. They don't know if it's like extraterrestrial technology or what it is, but it's this three-eye atlas is coming through also. Yeah, Judy, that on top of 999. So before the 999 that we had last week, we had that crazy blood moon. We had yeah, we had Uranus, or if you want a good giggle, you could say Uranus. Um turn retrograde. So it was turning all that energy inward in Gemini. So that's probably where we're getting a lot of the messing up of technology, because Uranus is technology, um, and technology energy. And it's in Gemini, which is communication. So we probably will continue to see some crazy issues with our any of our technology, but especially the technology that has to do with communication, which is like everything. That's like our phones, our computer, everything else. Susie, let me see. I saw that you put in. Oh, you saw another number. Okay, so you saw the nines this morning, and then this afternoon you saw 237. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So 237 is interesting. And so everybody knows I'm like, just, I don't really have anything to say. I just wanted to check in with you all and see how you were feeling in all this crazy energy, and let me know what questions you have or how I could help you. So please feel free to put anything and everything in the chat. Then we could talk about it. Um, that's the only reason I'm here. So we're going to be jumping all around, and I'm going to give you all kinds of crazy stuff. So 237, 230. Oh, hi, Nikki. I'm glad you could make it. Thanks for being here. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll get to that one next. Don't let me forget, Nikki. Because that's a really good question. Um, so 237. Um, hey, Josh, thanks for being here. Is a 12 and a 3. So the message that you're getting, um, no, you're not late. This was totally random. So you're not, how are you late to something that happened randomly? You're fine, Nikki. I'm so glad you could make it. So the ultimate outcome of this message you're receiving, Susie, is about growth. And really, so are the nines, because a nine is 3 plus 3 plus 3. So it's three threes. So you have a lot of this growth energy happening here. But the way that you're getting to that growth is through a change in perspective. So there's a change in perspective that is fueling your growth. So you need to be aware of things that are changing what you're doing, because 7 is action. How you are growing, so, and what you would consider growth, and also changing like the lines that you draw about, and like how you define different sides of things. It two in this position really is about the definitions of things. This is these things, these changes in these spaces is what's creating the change in perspective. So just pay attention to if you are feeling like you need to change the way you do something, the action, if you need to change how you're growing or what growth is, and also any of your definitions of things. I've had times where, like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I thought I was passionate about this topic, and now I see that how I'm defining passion is very different and doesn't necessarily fit anymore. And so those are the things that are going to be changing so you can change your perspective and continue to grow. Does that help, Susie? Let me know. Oh, you all just made it. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here on this random Monday. What else are you seeing and feeling? Let me know. I'm coming back to, I need to get Nikki's question. While I'm waiting to see, Susie, if this is answering your question or what you are feeling about this vibration. Let me look and see what else New Beginnings has. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of like anxiety in your body. Oh yeah, but you're doing a lot, New Beginnings. Like you have so many things changing in this moment, and when things are changing and shifting, especially in 9 energy, um they can definitely cause you anxiety. So the way to be able to get in vibrational flow is to look at what needs to end or shift. Okay, good, Susie. Good. Great. I'm glad that helps. But New Beginnings and anybody else, if you're feeling like you're stuck or like things aren't moving, it's probably because we have a lot of 9 energy. And that leads into Nikki's question about when we could start something new or have new opportunities. Because right now in September, so because we are in September, which is the 9th month, and 2025 is adding up to 9, there's a ton of 9 energy. And that means that every single day is a portal. So, like today, if we wrote it out this way, it would be 9, 15, 9. And so these 9 vibrations of ending and shifting, they want to be near each other. So just like people, you want to be near and around people that are like you, that have a similar vibration. And so these are spinning. That's also what we're feeling, because every single day is having this movement, having this energy. And they're spinning and like creating this portal where then it's pushing out this day energy even more. And 15 is usually represented with 555. Big, huge changes in every area of life. Also, 15 is about needing to make a choice. So with every change that you're making, it's making a choice between freedom and bondage. Are you going to be in bondage to your choice, or are you going to be freed by your choice? And you do have a choice. I know right now it feels like a lot of things are hitting us and that are happening around us to make us feel like we're losing freedoms. We're losing freedoms and we're in bondage. And in a lot of ways we are, but we still have a choice if we are going to feel like we are in bondage or move like we are in bondage. We can choose to move as we're free. We can choose to move like we're free. So, because we have this portal happening every single day, it does mean that when we have a day that adds up to a one, that we will have big, huge one energy that we can use to start something new. But the other thing that's happening is to think about what happened the last time we had a one. Unexpected things can happen on the one energies as well. Because the last one was September 10th, 2025. So we just need to be prepared and aware. So the next time we have one energy, oh, you made it. I'm so glad you made it. Thanks for being here. Look at you all. You all make me so happy. I am like, I don't want any of you all to be feeling all wacky and crazy, because I've been feeling wacky and crazy. Like I've been trying to walk on clouds or something. You should have seen me like in the gym this morning. I looked all kinds of crazy. I'm surprised somebody didn't like call somebody to help me. They're like, look at this old lady like shaking while she's doing stuff. And it wasn't because it was hard. It was because I was like dizzy and feeling all weird. Anyway, what we have this month is extremely powerful 9 cycles, because every single one of those vibrations, those day vibrations, are coming through a portal very, very strong. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Tiff Tiff. I'm a little bit wacky every day. So when I'm extra wacky, then it's like on a whole nother level. That's when I know something's really wrong. But it's so interesting. It's such a good question. So on the 18th is our next 999 portal. So we got to be ready for big, huge surge of energy to come through our space. So 9/18/25 is when we have the 999 portal. This is going to be a huge energy surge, a huge pushing through of energy. But then on the very next day, on the 19th, now we have a 1. So the 19th, the next day. So what you can do, hey, Jush, thank you for being here. I always just want to call you Justin, but I don't know if you like that. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you're feeling. What's happening? But on the 19th, so let's back up. So on the 18th this week, we want to make sure that you're being observant. You're just being observant of the energy. Be observant of the things that are ending and the things that are shifting. Because with that 9 energy, it's very powerful. So think about what you were doing on the 9th of September and how you were feeling then. It's going to be similar. Very, very strong. But it's going to be a lot of energy coming into our space. I expect that we would see a lot of astrological energy, a lot of sun energy. We just had the sun go through a huge solar storm. So any of you that were like me yesterday, where I just passed out, that's why you didn't see me in Discord. I like passed out for like the whole day. But it was because the sun had a solar storm a couple of days ago, and it just flushed into our space. And so we all were bombarded with a whole bunch of energy. So when you feel tired, um, drained, but there's not really a reason to, like your nutrition is good, you've slept okay, um, a lot of the times it's a lot of energy coming into the space. So I suspect that we'll feel a lot of the same on the 18th. When you feel that way, when you realize that it's vibrational, it's energetic, it's not from anything in particular, the best thing to do is to be in a resting state. Whether that's taking a nap, whether that's just sitting back and being observant, whether it's just watching something, um, that's really going to be important to do because your body gets tired because it's bombarded with a lot of energy and it needs time to integrate. So we take in and release our the most of our energy when we are in a resting state. That's why like people that meditate all the time, I try and meditate twice a day. I actually do meditate twice a day and I still don't feel like I really process energy very well. It always makes me feel overwhelmed. But it's in a resting state when you can process energy, when it moves through us. Side note, this is why the powers that be keep you in a non resting state. They keep you feeling anxious, they keep you in survival mode because when we're in a resting state, we can process those vibrations and we can hear God because God is in those vibrations. So, anyway, good, Susie. Yes, everybody take naps. Naps are the best. But back to Nikki's question. So on the 19th, you are able to use this one energy um, to start something new, to take on new opportunities. What I would suggest is that be an observation, so observe and rest on the 18th. And according to the scientists, it could be a crazy eventful day in the sky because we have an asteroid that's coming right by Earth. They said that so nonchalantly. I was like, really? We see all of these movies where they like send all kinds of people to space. We got to break up the asteroid. Let's send our biggest, baddest white guy to break it up because he's the hero. But then when it's like the real thing, they're just like, yeah, it's gonna come really close to Earth. You might be able to see it. What? It's insane. That's insane. Anyway, so on the 19th is when you can use this one energy to start something new. But what I would suggest is that you use the 9 cycle to be able to really push whatever you want to start forward. So 1 is going to be anything that's new. But then on the next day, on the 20th, which is a 2 day, here you want to look at what are your extremes. This is where you're making your pros and cons. You're really understanding what are the two sides to this new opportunity, to this new thing that you're doing. Then on the 21st, which is a 3 day, oh my gosh, I must be tired. What the heck? My handwriting is worse than usual. You didn't miss much, Tiptoe Joe. So we're looking for the vibrations when we could start something new, even with all the craziness that's coming in. I'm just glad you're here. Thank you for being here. So if you start something new, and even just setting the intention of starting something new, um, on the first, on this 19th, on the 1, is going to be powerful. So it could just be writing down what you want to start new. It could be like doing your planning. and then looking at your pros and cons on the 20th. On the 21st, we will need to talk again, because it is where you can think about how to grow this. You're not actually taking the action to grow it, but it's like your grow plans, it's your growth plans. So that's a good day to like create goals around whatever you're starting new. But on the 21st, we're going to have to talk again, because the 21st is when we have another eclipse. I think it's so interesting that we just had clips at the Vatican, and they were supposed to be called eclipse, but then the E had to be taken off because somebody else had that name. And they performed at the Vatican between two eclipses, because we had an eclipse on the 7th, and then we'll have another eclipse, and this one is a new moon eclipse. So that one on the 7th was a full moon eclipse. But you could really set your growing plans, and part of that would be using new moon energy to enhance your intentions. Yeah, I think so. I think it's very, very meaningful. Like, it's more meaningful than we know. Also, for those of you that were um with me setting intentions at the last new moon we had in August, where it was at 0 degrees Virgo, this new moon and eclipse is at 29 degrees Virgo. So, if you fell off on your intentions from that last Virgo one, you have another opportunity to do it here. But we'll talk about that more, because we could set those intentions together also, like we've done before. So I think, does this answer your question, Nikki? And I have a couple of videos, and also I'll figure out which live it's in, but I've gone through this whole 9 cycle. So you want to set whatever you have new through your whole 9 cycle. This 9 cycle will go all the way until the 27th, which is 9, and this will be the last 999 portal day. So that's why I say, if you really observe and rest on this 18th, you can pull in a bunch of this 9-9 energy on that day. You could use that energy to set new things here, and then work it through this 999 or through this 9 cycle until you get to 999. No, the other day, there's a couple of other ways you can look at the days, because this is just generally, this is for everybody. The other day would be this 21st, where you could use this new moon energy, because new moon energy is also 1. So on the 21st, also, if you do your calculations, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, where is it? Okay, there it is. If you do your calculations for this month, I have a video that goes over like the general vibrations, and even the one that's for hip hop helps you to know how to be able to do this calculation. You can find a day where you have your own personal one day, and then that's when you could do that. Um, mm, yeah, yeah, but also, Nikki, this not all this 9 energy really is energy to rest. And so that might be why this is happening. I know it's really, really frustrating to be down and out and to feel like you're missing things and to feel like you need to jump right back in. But right now, in all of this nine energy, we really are better off resting and observing as much as possible. October, October is when you want to start new things. I know it's hard, like for someone like me too. I always got to be moving and doing something. They'll be all right. They will survive. But 9 September really is a time that we need to sit back and watch, cuz even if you just look at like the first 2 weeks, we're only like 2 weeks into September, and look at all of the crazy events that have happened. All of the crazy energy that's moving around and that's happening. Like it really is a time that we need to sit back and just observe. We need to observe and document the energy and just let it be what it is. But October, and I've already started looking at the October vibrations so that we'll probably start going over those next week. Um, but October is going to be huge for new things. It's going to be a lot of new energy, um, a lot of the shifting that we've been feeling and happening. A lot of it is going to happen in September. So then in October, we'll be able to start on something new wherever that energy has shifted. I know yeah, I get on the struggle bus to rest too. But I think that's also why the universe or God just knocks me out. Like yesterday. Like yesterday, I was like, let me take a little nap. Like I'm a little tired. I'm gonna take a little nap. I was out, like knocked out for like 4 hours. Like, oh man, that's crazy. Anybody else have any other questions? Like I will definitely be live again on Friday per usual. But anybody have anything else that they need to get through this week? Any other questions? And you all can get a hold of me. But I thought it would be a good time for us to get together and understand that we all are getting hit by these energies. It's kind of crazy. Oh, Susie, I'm so excited for you to get the Empath Survival Guide. That is such an amazing book. Um, it was extremely helpful for me to just even understand that what I was feeling and experiencing wasn't unique to me. It wasn't just me. And there's some really good tips in that book. So as you get into it, I've read it 3 times actually, and I have the workbook. So if as you get into it, if you have questions, let's talk about it or let me know. That's so exciting. Let's see what else we got in the chat. That's a good question, Josh. So thinking about a time to fix issues, yeah, or especially issues in like cooperation. So like stuff like in relationship with people, is that what you mean? I'll wait for your reply, but start with you're gonna have to use both September and October energy, where September is going to be the shedding, the ending, the getting rid of the parts that are not serving the purpose, making sure that you're ending it. Um, and then in October is when you can shift into the new way of doing things. You're not going to be able to, because a lot of the times we have issues where we try and do both of those at the same time. Use the energy to be able to to do that. So use September to figure out where the problems are, what can be ended, what could be shifted. Use that for September. And then in October, start doing things a new way. I'm going to wait for your reply to see if there's anything else you need there or if that answered your question. Um, yes. See, you feel those vibes, Tiptoe Joe. We all do. We just don't realize it. No, nothing. Don't this month. If you don't have to do anything this month, don't. But do be observant. Don't like shut down so much that you shut down the world and you're not letting any energy in. And also make sure that you are documenting. We are in historical times in a lot of different areas of life. And we need to make sure that our stories do not get lost. We need to make sure that our stories don't get thrown away in history, because that's what the powers that be have always tried to do. So we need everybody to document from their perspective everything that's happening. Okay, let's see. What else we got. Mm, good. Yes, get rid of any weird anything, any kind of energy that is not productive. Oh, that's good, Judy. That means that on your 999 portals, your the rush of energy, that's when you're in vibrational flow. That's how you know you're in vibrational flow, is when it's like being in the zone. So if you ever have a day where you're not feeling productive or you're not feeling like things are moving the way you want them to, usually you check in on your vibrations, because usually it's that you're operating outside of the vibrational flow. So like think about examples, either in the celebrity world or just around you, of people that like what they're doing, it looks like it's seamless, like it's so easy. That's because they're in the vibrational flow. And so you want to make sure that you're checking in with your vibration so that you are in vibrational flow. So that you're resting when you need to be resting, everybody. And you're actually working with the vibrations when it's time to work with them. Yeah, I don't like to rest either, but it's necessary. Let's see, Josh. Oh, okay, here you go. So, um, communication and relationship problems are going to be very hard right now because we just had Uranus go retrograde into in Gemini. So, what I would suggest, Josh, I still think you should use September energy to like release and let go of the parts that need to be released and let go. So then you can use September or October to really start something new. So it's like two-part fixing. It's letting go of the parts that need to let go, and then the one that in October is like starting something new or doing something in a new way. But because we have Uranus in retrograde in Gemini right now, if it's around communication pieces, you're going to want to wait until the end of the month, because it's going to take at least another week for us to settle in this energy, because Uranus just went retrograde on the 5th. And it usually takes a couple of weeks for us to settle in to that energy. So it feels disruptive for quite a bit of time. And especially because Uranus is the planet of unexpected changes and unexpected events, which we have seen as well. So that's my suggestion. Wait until like the last week or so of September. Make sure that you're really focusing on getting rid of the energies or like the habits, the routines, the way of doing things that are not working. The end of September, start something new in October. Okay, let me know if that answered your question or if you have another question that came up. All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Now I got to catch up. Now I got to catch up. That's great, Judy. So that is when you're in vibrational flow, when you feel more productive and control, like in the flow of things. That's great. It's good to also to know what that feels like. Let's see. Let's see. We're still here, Tiptoe Joe. We're still here. They keep trying to get rid of us, but we're still here. Yeah. Yep. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Great. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so glad this is helpful and empowering. Yes, this month is going to be a lot of stalling if you're trying something new. This is not the month to do anything new. This is not the month for big action. You can end things very easily this month with all the nine energy. Okay, thank you for coming. See you later. Um, what else? Oh man. I can't imagine that, Judy, all of us in one place. I mean, it would be great and it would be so chaotic at the same time. It would be like good energy overload, I think, but who knows? Hey, Ron, thanks for being here. We're just hanging out, talking about vibrations. Anybody else got any questions? Any numbers? Anything you want to look over? Yes. I think that's a good choice, Nikki. Just sit back, relax, observe. But you can put like any of your restless energy put towards documentation. So whether it's journaling, writing things down, um, all of that is going to be good. All of that is going to be really good. Okay, for all of you that are leaving, bye. Thanks for being here. Have a good night. For those of you that are still here, what else? Anything else we could chat about? Get you through this week? Well, get us through this week. I cannot act like I am not getting hit just the same way. Whoo wee. And I think, what day of the week is the are all of these things happening? Oh my gosh. My phone has been getting hit by all of this energy and can't act right. Just it is 610. Is that a number you want me to look at? Because we can. I just see the numbers. Okay, so the 18th is on Thursday. So the next day, Friday, on the 19th, is when we'll be together. in our next live. What? You saw what in a dream? What I miss? What you're supposed to be starting new? Oh my gosh. So we'll be live again for sure on the 19th. We'll see how I'm feeling. If I'm not knocked out, then I will come back on the 18th to see how everyone's doing with the 999 portal. But that last one on Tuesday, it had me jacked up. So, ah, 77589. Yes, I can. For sure, for sure. And it has the decimal point in it. Oh no. Oh no. Not a new car with new problems. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. So, but use the 9 energy to end those problems. Hey, Doc, thanks for being here. I'm so glad you could make it. I know you were feeling some crazy, wacky vibrations. I saw your video. So if you have questions about vibrations or numbers, feel free to put in the chat. So we're looking at Nikki's. This is an interesting number. Well, because when you have the decimal point, sometimes the numbers don't care that the decimal point is there. The vibrations don't care. And sometimes they act separately. Yeah. We were just talking about that, Doc, that we had a huge solar storm on like yeah, yesterday. Yesterday like evening time. Well, evening in the United States, and it like knocked everybody out and had everybody feeling extra crazy. And I that's kind of why I came live today, because I think we are still feeling it. I think it's still hitting us hard. Okay. But what this is feeling like is that it's two separate numbers here. But they're using this decimal like in partnership. So it's kind of like being in a relationship, and it's like two separate individuals, two separate vibrations, but working together. So this is just making it a partnership. And this is the if this is the number that you saw in your dream, Nikki, you should go and look, and if you can find it while we're still in here, I can help you with it, or you could send it to me later. But you should look and see what house your Libra is in. Because if it's talking about partnerships, and this is not necessarily like romantic relationships, this is partnerships in the sense of like formal partnerships, like business partnerships, or like, because it's not friends or family or romantic. That's the wrong thing here. So if you look at your birth chart, so if you go and you get your birth chart, you just look and see what there'll be like the two circles, where you'll have the circle, like the inner circle that has the numbers like 1 to 12, and then you'll have an outer circle that'll have all the zodiac signs. And you want to find where you have Libra, and then what the inner number is. because the houses actually tell us the area of life that's occurring. That's why I wanted you to be able to look at it. Yeah, 9 is just nuts. Um, so this is working in partnership. This 89 is the numerical vibration of unity. Okay, so if you can't find it, what you can do is just go do a Google search, put in birth chart, put in your birthday, put in like all your birthday information, take a picture of that, and send it to me in Discord. And then I'll be able to tell you and give you more specific information. It feels like that's important to whatever this message is that's coming in. But this is unity. But then this 775, it is giving a message of some kind of change needs to happen so that you can get to a place of power. Because 77 is the numeric vibration of power. So it's this change that is bringing on power that is in partnership with unity. So this unity also is taking us back here. So it's something about some kind of partnership that is needing this unity to take place. But there's some kind of change here that needs to happen first so that you have the power. It's like having the fuel. So this power is not necessarily like power struggle or anything like that. It feels like having like actual power, like having fuel, like having the energy to be able to be in this partnership or make this partnership work. Ah, okay. So it's a family member, but it's outside of you. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But let's do look at your Libra energy because there's more to this message based on where your Libra is. Because that's telling you the area of life. It feels like what was happening in the dream was more about like giving you an example, but the actual message is in this number. So let's get your Libra information and then I'll be able to tell you more about this. Cool. What else? What else? We've got all kinds of wacky energy. So this week, ah, okay. Okay, that actually makes more sense, Nikki, because what's happening is it's like the message. So if she's actually saying the number in your dream, then that means that this message is coming from her, where she's being put into a position to give you this message. But it is a message about partnerships in your life. And so we need to look at that Libra to know what area of life that is coming into. And you may know already, but it's some kind of partnership, not necessarily relationship or even friendship. It's like a partnership that is needing some kind of unity to come together with this change and having the like fuel to make it happen. Cool. Oh, so that makes sense. Okay. Great. And then we'll look at it. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything else? We got a lot of nine energy. Yes, Josh, you are right. All right. I'll wait and see if there's any last minute entries of numbers, vibrations, even like words or lyrics to songs can be vibrational messages that are coming to you. So like if you get a song stuck in your head, or especially if it's one set, like one lyric that's repeating. Oh, you don't. Okay, so if you don't know what time of day you were born, um, what you do is you can click on unknown time and be able to get your chart doc. Um, and then usually what we'll do is you would look work with like an astrologer, but I can help you with it. Um, to be able to figure out like what time actually fits your life story and personality best. Yeah. I don't I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't know how any of those numbers work. I know how like vibrational numbers work, but I don't know how YouTube's algorithm or any of the numbers in the chat work. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick recap for us. Anybody and everybody is welcome to contact me in Discord um, as we go through the week. We'll definitely be together on Friday, and then we will maybe be together on Thursday. So for this week, we want to chill out. Oh, I knew it, Nikki. So let me go back here real quick. So second house, Libra. Second house, that's your money house. That's your money house. That's your money house. It's also about your values, but it's what you value. So there's some kind of partnership around money, making money, business, something like that. That what it's needing, there's some kind of change that needs to happen so that it has the power to actually move through your space. And because you have this nine here, it's probably telling you to chill out again. Especially also because this is also a nine. Because if we do 7 plus 5, we get 19. So there's also a nine here. So it's telling you what you already heard, that you need to chill out. That if you're thinking a lot about money and bringing money in, the way to do that is to chill out. You need to chill out because being able to relax is going to allow what needs to come together to give you the energy to make it happen. Uh, I mean, maybe, but in actuality, because it's Libra, Libra partnerships are more outside of that intimate space. So, not necessarily. It's not your romance house. This is your money partnership house. So it could even be like your partnership or your relationship with money. Something needs to change there. But a lot of times when we open up space in one place, then we can open up space in our chart in another. Okay, good. I'm glad you found that. Don't say ah. I'm not going to give you any false hope over here. I'm going to tell you how it is. All right, so for this week, yeah, if that's your relationship with money that needs to change, yes, do that. So this week we need to be most aware of the 18th, because the 18th is that 999 energy. Um Really throughout the month we need to be resting, but on this day in particular, this is going to be Thursday this week. Thursday this week, if you can take a break, a lot of breaks, do so. And Doc, just like you were talking about, like on the 10th, last week when all hell broke loose and things got extra wacky and extra crazy, there's the potential for that also this week, on the 19th. So on the 18th, rest, rest up, be observant, make sure you're documenting what you're seeing and what you're experiencing. And then on the 19th, be prepared, because even though it's it's a 1 day, it's all of this 9 energy is going to be flooding into that day, just like we saw from the 9th to the 10th last week. So we need to be aware of that. And then on the 21st is when we have another eclipse. And we'll talk before then, because we'll be together on the 19th and on the 20th, possibly on the 18th. We'll see. But on the 21st is our next eclipse. September, very crazy energy. Rest as much as you can, but be observant and make sure you're documenting everything that you're experiencing. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to probably go knock out now. You all have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure to hit the like button on your way out, and know that you can always contact me in Discord. You can always put questions and comments in the comment section. I try and reply to those as much as possible. Thank you, Judy. I'm glad it worked out, because it seems I am learning that I do better when I'm sharing these vibrations and not just experiencing them alone. And hopefully that's the same for you as well. Thank you so much for being here. But we will definitely be together on oh, yeah, Doc, I'll send you the Discord link for Koalaholics. If you don't have it, I'll send it to you in Julie's Discord. Um or I'll find you in Julie's Discord to be able to get it to you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Everybody have a good night. Have a good week. Um don't brace, because if you brace when you get hit, you actually cause more injuries. So rest, relax, be observant, do as little as you need to. Just do enough. We'll be back together for sure on Friday. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad this was helpful. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you. Bye.